What's up, YouTube users? I'm Player4, and here in the gaming category, welcome back to Let's Play Rocket League All Achievements. Last time we were here, we collected 9 achievements to start, and this time around, there are a couple that we should be able to collect in this episode, one of them being part of this garage thing. So when you go to the garage, you get an option to, well, do the things it says here. I'm going to go ahead and customize my car to a different body. Right here at the almost start, we have 3 options, the one I've been using being Octane, and which one do I like better here? Sure, let's go with Breakout. So as you keep playing through the game, you'll collect more and more car bodies. I'm not sure how many there are, or if we'll be able to unlock all of them in this LP. In fact, I don't even know if there really is in all of them, because like this game still gets free updates. So that might not really be a thing for the goal of this LP. But let's customize some other stuff too. You've got a lot of options here, such as wheels and paint finish and more. But let's just keep it simple for now and add flames maybe. Now that adds a bit too much orange, I think. Ooh, I like the lightning there. Okay, so Tinkerer achievement? Huh, you'd think I would have gotten that, because I customized 1 slot on a car, right? Isn't that what I just did? Oh well, let's just go and play some games. Continuing with our pattern of playing in a different stadium every time, let's head over to Beckwith Park. For the bot difficulty, yeah, I'm continuing with All-Star. Honestly, I think I'm gonna play that way for the entirety of the LP. You can also choose Pro, Rookie, and Beginner difficulties, but those are way too easy for me. So, one achievement that I am particularly thinking of is the one called Winner, which is just winning 5 games. I was holding out hope that I'd be able to get that one with this game because I thought my chances of finishing 4 out of 4 in Part 1 were high. But no, the last game ended in a disappointment. We tried really hard, but we just couldn't overcome the blue team. Well, if you can't beat them, then join them, I guess. Ah! That ball was really high in the air, and then I get bumped, but let's see if I can hit this right into the goal, and it was too high. That's a phrase you're probably going to hear me saying a lot, because it's a really common mistake that I make, hitting the ball where it should score, but it's above the goal, and oak. Well, the orange team just barely missed too, so there's that. Well, I landed on top of my teammate. I think I hit that ball badly there. Let's get it out of here, and I don't have any boost, but Caveman's right there, and they took the boost. I'll still try to get it anyway. Oh, not quite in. That was too close for comfort, though. Alright, will I actually get this boost? There we go. And then the ball was too high in front of me. I mean, too high in a different way. Well then. Alright, there you go, Jester. Okay. I thought Caveman would be able to swoop in and hit it out there, but, like, they were driving really slowly for some reason. Let's see that again. It looks like Caveman might have run out of boost, or no, maybe they were braking. Like, maybe they misinterpreted the ball's angle and thought they had it. Who knows? But anyway, here in Beckwith Park, it's very much a park. I consider this to, like, maybe be, I don't know, the most chill or peaceful stadium. However, it's clear that this is taking place in an urban park, because there are those buildings right in front of me. I don't think there are buildings at the other side, though. Well, yeah, there are, in fact. So it's like, it's a park in the middle of a big city, kind of like Central Park in New York City. But I still consider it to be like one of the most peaceful or chill stadiums, because it still has that park vibe. So quite a bit of the game has gone by here, and we only have 1 goal so far. That would usually be indicative of a pretty low-scoring game. Trust me, I have had other games where the score is like 4-1 or something, and there's still 4 minutes left on the clock. Alright, well, that ball is nowhere near our goal, so the demolition didn't really hurt me there. Alright, I'm gonna play goalie. Okay, well, it didn't directly come towards me there. Okay, is that my ball to hit? Well, I hit my teammate, but, like, we both hit the ball, I suppose. Oh, it's going... Oh, there we go. Well... We hit the ball towards the orange team's goal, but ultimately none of us were there and the orange team was. Like, we hit it so far that we weren't able to catch up to it. That's kind of a weird way to miss. Oh, defense, what on earth were you doing? You were both there. Like, you both right there. Hello. It looks like they horribly misjudged where that ball was coming from. So one pattern that you may or may not have noticed is that I selectively decide if I'm gonna rush into the ball on the face-off or not. Okay, well, there's a goal. I selectively decide if I'm gonna rush in on the face-off or not based on where I am. Like, if I'm coming at the ball from this, like, closer diagonal angle, I will rush in, but if I'm back at the goal, then I consider it my duty to play goalie. So, like, if the ball comes towards our side, I can be there, but if it goes to the other side, cool, I can play offense. I think it's just a better, like, more, maybe not necessarily play it safe, but it's a more strategic way of doing it. Whereas, like, if you're coming from that closer angle, then how are you going to handle the ball if you're not, like, close to the goal? Like, you've got someone else there to do that. Alright, well, my teammates were going for that, but I think I had the best reason to hit it. Alright, come on, let's get it in here. Oh, and Jester does it. Gives me the assist as well. So, 3-1 with 142 left. That's pretty comfortable. I mean, like, we don't want to get complacent, but the orange team's chances are slipping away by the second, especially with the ball going that way. Oh. Oh, and totally missed it. That's bad. Okay, well, Jester almost owned gold, and then Maverick does score it. That was way too easy of an opportunity for them. Like, my teammate Jester basically just assisted Maverick there. Like, giving an assist to an opposing teammate. How about that? Okay. While being up 2 goals is not necessarily a lot, like, you really feel it once you're down 1 suddenly. Okay, and then we just get it back. Now we have an even better lead. What I didn't mention when I was playing at main field is that there are also mountains in the background, snowy mountains. There are some over here, too. Oh, there's our 5th goal. So, with only 1 minute left, we should be good. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that was a weird way to miss the ball. Okay, no, Jester missed it. I was giving up going for the ball there because I thought they had it. Oh. Okay, let's get the ball out of the corner here because, like, that's always a warning sign. What defense there. For some reason, it didn't give us a save, though. At least, I don't think it did. Well, that notification doesn't show up if you're not the one who does it, but, like, you hear a noise in the stadium, don't you? Or is that a stadium-specific thing? I don't know. Alright, so now that we've recorded 4 wins, we can only hope that the next game will give us the winner achievement. Wow, Jester scored over 500 points there, so no dispute in being the MVP. I was the tactician and the sniper, though, with me also getting 3 shots on goal. So back in part 1, when I was mentioning assignments that are basically just participation trophies, yeah, that's not exclusive to the very beginning. We have this achievement known as Gladiator, which is just playing a game in Utopia Coliseum, as well as Traveler, where you just have to play in 6 different arenas. Well, nice timing we've got here, playing in Utopia Coliseum for our 6th game. We're also coming up on the winner achievement, so if we can record our 5th win here, we get to scoop up 3 achievements in a single game. Blue or orange, blue or orange. Well, I've been more successful with blue. Not like I'm giving up on the orange team, though. Maybe next game. Okay, I didn't need an aerial there necessarily. Probably would have been better with one, though. I really need to start doing those. Oh, I have a straight shot, I think, unless Armstrong gets the ball first. Okay, so that's something you really have to watch out for as well, in which, like, the other team has a clear shot at your goal, but you also think you have a clear shot, so you're both going for it at the same time. Like, you really gotta be aware of who is closer to the ball. Like, if it's clear that you're not closer, probably back away and play defense. Oh, here we go. Yuri hit the ball way too early there. Should have waited for it. Like, yeah, the orange team probably would have deflected, but they still could have given us, like, a better angle. Oh. Well, that's something. Nah, Armstrong. Uh-oh. Nah, I think we're good. Oh. I do not know how I missed that, and now we are in danger of getting scored on. Once again, like, as I experienced in the first game, I really should have picked up boost there. I think the one closest to me was taken, but, like, what was I gonna do there in order to defend from someone who was boosting? Still a bit salty about that earlier goal that we really could have gotten. I do not know what Yuri was thinking there. Anyway, so this place is a utopia. Well, I certainly really like the look of it, and it might be a utopia for crowds, because they've got a big triple-decker. At least over there. There is no audience on the right side, interestingly enough. Over there, it's just some sort of castle. I wonder what's in there. Does anyone live in there? I thought Junker was going to be able to hit it there. Ugh. Y'all, we are a total mess this game. Let's get ourselves together. And Yuri's just circling the ball, letting Imp have it. Oh, come on. Can I just barely doink it out of here? Yeah, there we go. Alright. We're over halfway through the game now. I mean, like, as I've thought in many other games that are just defensive struggles like this, sure, we aren't scoring, but at least they aren't scoring either, or are they? I rest my case. Ugh. Okay. A crucial mistake I'm making is letting my boost run out. Like, I don't know why I'm just, like, not bothering to go get them. Come on. Okay. We really need to be faster on this offensive attack, because we just keep letting them have it. Alright, I hit the ball a bit too far there. So, don't go too fast. Oh, come on, someone... So a technique that you can do is centering the ball, in which, like, if you're not at a good angle to score, you can pass it towards someone who is. Like, if you're coming from the corner here, passing the ball to a teammate who's at the center field, it can work. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I've succeeded with it many times, and we are completely failing this time. Alright, we really don't have much time to score 2 goals here, guys. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to try to deflect this ball away even with no boost, because it's way too close to the goal. Oh, and it just lands right on top of me. Alright, I can't really see that well. Kind of a disadvantage of ball cam there. If the ball's above you, like, not necessarily the greatest angle to see where you're going from. But overall, I would still say ball cam is better than car cam. You might have a different preference, but speaking as someone who used to use car cam, this is my recommendation. Ooh, that was close. And, well, that was not close. I don't think it's happening this time. Like, this has got to be the most colossal failure of a game we've had. I mean, by Part 2 standards anyway. I would hope, though, that we don't replicate anything like this in the later episodes. Can we at least just score 1 goal? Even if we lose, like... It's worth sparing ourselves of the added humiliation. Alright, maybe something here. Just gonna try to lightly push it. Okay, and what? I didn't see your name, but, like, what were you doing there? Like, wait to hit it. That's the second time my team has done that this game. Ah! Come on. Welp. I mean, at least we get the Gladiator achievement. But, like, imagine if we had gotten that triple. Oh, boy. Well, let's just move on to the next game. Alright, welcome to Wasteland. So, as with Urban Central, I think this stadium is a pretty good production to themes outside of the standard grass type that we've been playing on. I said earlier that I've been more successful with the blue team, and if you can't beat them, join them. But Rocket League doesn't exactly work like that. Back on the orange team this time. Well, that's a pretty bad start, but we can avoid making it an even worse start. Alright, sure, Caveman, take the boost. Alright, so we are in Wasteland. And this stadium really speaks for itself. Whatever this filth is on the ground, it's some kind of filth. I mean, like, this stadium tells you what it is with Wasteland. Like, is it a garbage dump or something? Oh, hello. whatever is in here, like, they're clearly burning it, because you've got all that team color correspondent fire with smoke on the sides. This has got to be the most dirty, most polluted stadium in the entire game. I love it. That's what makes it amusing. Alright, let's see if we can score here. Well, whether we score or not, the stadium was definitely one of my most played in my early days. I don't play it as much as I used to, but I could still say it's one of my favorites. Oh. That's a really high ball, but it's going... That could potentially help us. Alright, I got bumped. Well, almost. Better than it could have been, because, like, a technique that you can use is to bump an opponent if they're going for the ball, you know, just throw them off. Didn't mean to toggle car cam there. Oh. Alright, why am I going so slowly? Right, because I keep neglecting to get the boost pads. Well, this is a really slow-paced game so far. Oh, careful, careful. Careful didn't cut it in this case. Sad that you had to see it for the opponent before us, but the fire that comes from behind the goal in the stadium might be one of my favorite, like, goal celebrations. Alright. Oh! Too wide right. We're really not being aggressive enough here. Alright. I'm gonna go for that if it didn't get defended by the blue team first. Like, there were not enough of us over there. Oh, come on. Sundown. You really could have played defense there. Like, we counted on you to save that. First game aside, this episode is just not going as well as the previous one. Like, at this point, I have to question if we even will get the winner achievement, because this is game 3 out of 4 in the episode, which is actually something that I didn't realize until recently. Like, I figured that part 1, with its 4 games, was gonna be kind of like taking it easy before I ramped it up in the later episodes, and that's because I assumed that with 5-minute games, that taking that 4 games would take around 20 minutes, but no, like, I mean, I knew it would take at least a little bit longer than that because of, like, goal cutscenes with the replays, you know, the timer's not constantly running, but it turned out that part 1 actually had 41 raw minutes of footage. I did manage to cut that down to 31 through editing, but that was still longer than I expected the final version to be. So, changing my plans from what they originally were, I think 4 games per episode is gonna be the standard for the entire LP. And that means that if we lose this game, we will have only one more chance to get that winner achievement here in part 2. And I said earlier there were a couple of achievements that we should be able to get here. Yeah, that's one of them. Precisely when I say that, of course. I mean, I did say this is a thing that happens with Rocket League. Like, sometimes you succeed, and then sometimes you suddenly fail with really no explanation as to why it just changed out of the blue. But, like, I usually do not lose 2 games in a row. Okay, at least we scored. But yeah, I usually do not lose 2 in a row, just gonna be really blunt about that. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well, I don't think the ball was going in anyway, but I was at least trying to hit it a bit more away. Alright, blue team's right there to defend that, but Sundown was gonna go for it. Well, kind of. Oh well. Demo there. I mean, it's always nice to get one, but it kind of was blocking my view. Alright. Alright. Caveman, go the other way. Okay, now that's not gonna go towards the goal at all. It's too far. Okay, Sundown does something. Okay. We get a good angle there, but it's right towards the defense. Oh. Okay, maybe. It'll hit it out the corner and towards the goal. Nope. I'm starting to lose hope in this game. What was I thinking with that jump? Nah, this one's pretty hopeless, I think. Well, I couldn't make y'all proud with our debut at Wasteland either. And to think that we had a shot at getting 4 out of 4 wins in the last episode. I don't even want to look at the stats. So I'm going to go back to DFH Stadium for the debut of an extra feature in this game that will be a mainstay in this LP. So blue and orange are the default team colors. However, it's not all there is. If you've noticed this team setting thing here, well, this is where you can change the colors. And normally, most of the time, what I play on is blue versus red. Most likely due to the influence of most of the games I play in my childhood having blue and red as the primary team colors, this is by far my favorite setup here. I don't know, blue and red are just like the default, the ultimate battle to me. Maybe this is also because, like, my favorite color was red for a while, and one of my siblings' favorite color was blue. Maybe still is, so, like, we definitely had red team versus blue team battles. However, things have changed a lot for me. If you're thinking of seeing me go back and forth between the blue and orange teams like I was doing earlier, well, with this setup is actually where you're gonna find my unwavering loyalty to the blue team. See, I've had this funny habit of, whenever I previously had one preference for things like this with team colors, and suddenly one day I just, like, snap out of it and suddenly want to go completely the opposite, that's basically what happened to me with the red team versus blue team. Like, I was a red team loyalist for many years, and I thought that I always would be, but, like, one day I kind of just figured, you know, like, what if I tried being on the blue team? Or, like, maybe it's just because I wanted a change. But now, with this setup, nice, score. Now, with this setup, I have played on the blue team 100% of the time. There was, like, this one tiny exception, in which I was playing with other people, and the other player, the same sibling I was mentioning before, wanted to be on the red team because they were tired of being on blue. I know, ironic now, right? And I had dropped out of the game by then, and it was like, I mean, like, another person was taking over for me, so, like, I wasn't gonna play that game. But then, like, the other player had to go do something or whatever, so they gave the controller to me, and so I very briefly played on the red team, and it felt so weird. So, like, I've just swore it off from there on out. Anyway, while I was talking a lot, we've got a 1-to-1 game here. But, I mean, that's a better start than the other games in this episode. I mean, the first one notwithstanding, like, that one was an outlier for sure. At least so far. Unfortunately, though, with us being at 1-to-1, this means we have lost our chance at getting the clean sheet achievement. Nice. In which you have to beat the other team in a shutout. I mean, like, I guess it's not very likely that I would get that one in part 2, but I was holding out hope for it, because, like, you never know. There was one time where I was practicing this episode, like, just playing all of the games with these settings off-screen, and I did manage to get a shutout on this one, like the demo of this blue versus red debut. Not this time, though. Oh, hello. Alright. At least I can clear it away. Alright, there's something. So, thinking back to the garage and the car bodies that we saw, I don't really know how to unlock more cars. Like, back when I was first playing this game in 2018, I would unlock more just by doing this and playing offline. But either I just haven't gotten to that yet, or they've changed it. Like, I get the feeling that car parts are now exclusively unlocked through online play, or maybe just, like, certain car parts are. Because I've seen other people play with parts that I have never been able to access in my time of almost always playing offline. So, who knows? Oh no, oh no, oh no. No. Alright, well. Viper didn't exactly do a good job of hitting it in there. Can I get it before slider? Well, not really, but at least I get the ball to go the other way. Come on, Squall. I really don't know where all these CPU names come from, because they certainly are pretty unique and memorable. Pretty bad idea on my part to go for that ball. I think my teammate was handling it there. That tends to be something I do a lot of. Like, I, bump into my teammate or steal the ball from them when really I should have just let them handle it. Because, like, I just have this really strong drive to go for the ball. That's gotta be something I really need to work on throughout this LP, and I don't know why I was going that way. Come on. Oh, man. Center, assist, nah. At least we're keeping it over there. Well, almost. There we go. That was, like, quite weird there, with everyone trying to go for the ball at once. When that happens, it doesn't really result in anything good for anyone. What were we doing? Okay. Alright, fourth goal, and I was wiggling around too much there, trying so hard to angle myself correctly that I really just missed the ball. Ugh. I really wanted to be up by more than one goal at the end here, just for a good cushion. But in a pinch like this, I think I really should play goalie. Oh, alright. There we go. That's the cushion I was looking for. And it's basically what we did back in Beckwith Park. So, like, we're still capable of this. Just as we can suddenly snap from being good to being bad, we can get our act together in one game. Or, like, right. I really should not have gone out of the goal there. And now we got two people playing goalie. Who's gonna go out? Okay, it won't be me. But this should seal the win. And this should give us that achievement we've been looking for. Oh, hello. Nah, it's not gonna come fast enough. There we go. Well, at least we succeeded in this debut of blue versus red. This will be the primary team lineup going forward, so I hope you like blue versus red. Wow, like, I was not really that much help in that game. 1 assist and 0 everything else. At least it gave me the playmaker accolade for having just 1 assist, but you can definitely credit my teammates for this one. So going back to the garage, let's see if we may have unlocked anything. No. I mean, like, it gives you a notification if you do, but I don't know why I'm not getting those the way I did before. I guess I'll go through all the customization options it offers. Decal, paint finish, in which, yeah, like, these actually give you multiple colors. Like, so, technically, if you're on the blue team, if you set the team colors to default, if this is what you do, then your blue team car will actually be green. I really don't know why it does that, and hopefully I just got the default one back there again. I think I did. It looks familiar. But if I didn't, I'll find it somehow. Glossy. I mean, like, you have to unlock more, but I probably prefer this one anyway. Wheels, I don't think I'm going to be changing that for now, but rocket boost. You can either choose. Okay, honestly, that one's good, but I really just like the fiery one. It is called Rocket League after all. It's hoppers, but we don't have any of that yet. I have no idea what this stuff means. You've got the goal explosion, you've got the trail. That's a good one. I'll stick with classic for now, though. Engine audio. Oh. That one's a bit more intense. But I'm kind of a default type of person, so, like, we will change more settings eventually, but I'm gonna stick with this for now. So something I didn't do in part 1 is mention a couple of achievements that we did get, because we did get more than just the ones I mentioned, such as this one Pick Me Up, collecting 5 items. I figured I was gonna have to work for that one, but it might not really mean collecting 5 items so much as just having 5 items, because I don't know. I got it as soon as I loaded up the game on this new account, without having done anything. What we also got before was this Heartbreaker achievement, winning a game against all-star bots with a decal equipped. I didn't think I would get that one because I thought that I didn't have a decal equipped, but apparently having your car with no stripes or no lightning or no decoration like that apparently those count as decals as well. The reason I didn't think they did is because when I first started this new file, the Octane body, which is what I was on last episode, had the stripes by default, so, like, if they're just gonna give them to you automatically, does that really count as a decal? I figured that was something you had to actually put on. But no, like, as long as we won a game against All-Star bots, which we did, the first option I picked counts. And then this throwback achievement, using the standard or Accelerado boost with Octane or Backfire while playing in Urban Central. I mean, Octane is one of the first 3 cars that you have the option for, and Urban Central is not exactly an exotic stadium, and, like, as it says here, use the standard boost. So, kind of just a participation trophy for playing in Urban Central. Well, here we are, with 4 more games completed, and at least some more achievements unlocked, including the Gladiator and Winner. This is where Part 2 is going to end. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and remember to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on Part 3, where we will explore the extra modes, because, without spoiling too much right now, there is a lot more than just soccer. Alright, that's all I wrote for this video. Player 4, turning off.